Hey guys, Jillian here from OnceUponATimeFitness.com, and today I wanted to show you what you can do if you have a small place in which you're teaching. So when I moved into my new house, I didn't actually have any place that I could put a big backdrop up against my wall. I kind of had to move into a corner which didn't have a wall behind me because I would have had to put the windows behind me and that wouldn't have been good for lighting. So I wanted to show you how I did a background that I can completely take down and put up within seconds before and after class. And I mean, you can see it's a big background. And yeah, so here we go. I'm going to show you my little tutorial. All right, so the first thing you're going to want is some Gorilla Glue. And you're just going to take a piece of long string. Oh, sorry, got you like propped up here. So take a piece of long string and just tie it around here like so. Here, let me try to move it here so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, all right, tie it around like that. Take a little piece of, or take your Gorilla Glue, just put a little dot there. You don't need a lot because it's Gorilla Glue. All right, and then you're just going to tie it right on top there, and then double knot the string. Do a couple of these along the rod. Don't measure because you're not that crafty, and you'll figure it out when you have to hang it. Right? Yeah. Yeah. I initially was going to make this a projector. Like I was going to put it on a projector, and I bought the projector and I was like, dude, I don't know if my ceilings will handle this because my ceilings are like, oh, I don't know, they're like made out of like some vinyl or something like that. It's like for a coal stove, and I really didn't want to rip the vinyl out of the ceiling, so I had to think of a different way that I could do this. Okay, so now you've got your handy dandy strings that are tied on. Of course that would happen. Hold on. You're being propped up on like a dragon candle holder right now. Okay, so now you've got your strings and they're gonna look like this. Okay. All right. See? Get your strings on your dowel. And now you're gonna want a flat surface, and I actually need the entire table for this, so I will do it and then I'll tell you afterwards how I did it. All right, so I should have actually gotten a longer dowel because you see I've got a little extra room over here, but you're just going to take your Gorilla Glue, line all your strings up, down or up, one way or the other, so they're all going the same direction, and you're just going to glue it along the edge here. Now, it says to clamp it and leave it for 1 to 2 hours, but because you're like me and you don't have clamps or a surface area that is workable, you're just going to throw on some random heavy things to hold it down to make it stay. So I used a shelf, a paint can, and a really cool little dragon candle holder thingy, right? Pretty cool, right? So this is what it's at right now, and I'll show you the next step. Now I went through a couple different phases of this process. My first initial thing was I was going to get a projector, but I didn't realize the projector would end up being 6 foot tall and super heavy and probably rip down my ceilings. So that's what you get when you buy things online. So temporarily I had this like little duct tape mess there, and I kind of just duct taped it to the back of my thing, and it always fell down because duct tape does not fix everything. So then my third thing in the process here was I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get some grommets to put in it. Now I've never done grommets, so I got this handy dandy little tool here, which is freaking awesome because not only does the thing get stuck in there and it doesn't do anything, but it also ripped my vinyl. So I'm really not happy about that. So I just got these commands. So I went ahead and I stuck my things on my ceiling that will not damage my ceiling. I put a whole bunch of them on there so that if I have different backdrops for YouTube or whatever, they're all up there. Yeah, you like that? Sometimes when you're waiting for your DIY project to be finished, it really helps if you say, are we there yet? 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 No, we're not. We have to wait for it to dry. All right, so then I just took the strings, I tied them up there. I'm actually gonna have to move these forward a little bit because they're kind of hitting on my my coal heater here. So I came in here and here so I can kind of see how it looks, and that's how it's going to look in my classroom. A few minor adjustments and it will be perfect. And then I need a Palefish logo, so I'll just take that and stick it up there. It's not entirely finished, but I've got class coming up here in a couple of minutes, so I will finish making it and show you the finished product tomorrow. All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is trip over your table. I had to line this up like perfectly because my table is just long enough to do this. So the next thing you're gonna do is take your Gorilla Glue and you're gonna do the exact same thing on the wrong side. So both of these dowels are gonna go on the wrong side. You're gonna do the exact same thing on the wrong side, but you don't need to do any strings with it. So you're just gonna go through and along the edge, dab your Gorilla Glue. I let my husband use this right after I used it. Stop it, cat. My cat's trying to chase the string and he forgot to put the cap on it, so it's a little hard right now. And I gotta go find the cap. He was putting a doorknob together and he needed the glue for it. Making really sure, stop it, cat. My cat's gonna be cat glued. Crazy glue. Making really sure that you don't get your cat glued to it and you don't glue it to the table because this table is not cheap. And that's what I gotta do here. And then again, I'm just gonna grab my paint cans and stuff that I was using before because that did a really good job of holding that down before. I'm gonna leave this all night and then I'm gonna come in the morning and I'm just gonna hang it up. The reason that I'm putting the dowel on the bottom side this time, I'm just gonna roll it until it catches there. Each side, adjust it as necessary. The reason I'm doing it on the bottom side is it's going to help it hold straight. It's gonna help it hold it down and keep it straight. But what's also cool about it is that I'm gonna be able to roll it up like I did on this side. I'm gonna be able to roll it up and store it better. We're gonna put on my paint cans here now. And I'll show you once it's all complete, what I'm talking about, provided it works. I'm really hoping that it works. And don't mind my messy house because I'm still in the process of unpacking and moving in. I don't think that process ever really stops. Like I haven't even completely moved out of the old house yet. Obviously you need to have the dragon candle holder again because that serves a purpose. And the shelf. Yeah, look at that. So I'll just give you an idea of what this will look like if you're crazy like me and you aren't using clamps. It's just gonna look like that. And then I'll show you tomorrow what it looks like when the whole thing is put together and it's hanging, and I'll show you how to roll up and how to, you know, what the whole process of classroom setup is going to look like and what the process of taking your classroom down is gonna look like. I'm so tired. It's midnight. I need to go to bed. Good night. I'll see you in like 20 seconds.